Marone,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Larotunda.
Yes. Approval of meeting minutes for the closed session as to form and content only for June 6, 2024, and the regular meeting minutes of June 20th, 2024. May I hear a motion to accept the meeting minutes?
Motion. Second.
Roll call?
Kane,
Abstain from the closed session and yes to 6:20.
Clark,
I also abstain from the closed session, and I'm yes to 6:20.
DeRose,
Yes.
Light,
Yes.
Marone,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes to the closed session, abstain from the 6:20 meeting.
Larotunda.
I will have to abstain from the June 6th closed session and yes to June 20th. All right, at this time, I'll ask our council members to give us an update on their committee. We'll start with Councilwoman Parker for Community Affairs.
We have not met since our last meeting. The only thing that I have to report is that we're moving forward with the Creek Fest and preparing that, and we have not set a date for our next meeting.
Thank you very much.
And our next Community Affairs meeting is August 1st at 5:30.
Thank you very much. Councilwoman Kane for Economic Development.
We have not met since the last council meeting. We have a meeting tomorrow, 6 o'clock here at City Hall.
Thank you very much. Councilman DeRose for Public Safety.
Sure. Next public safety meeting is going to be August 5th at 6 p.m. We held a meeting just last night, worked through some residential concerns, and that's really it. Besides, Chief, would you like to give the official public safety update?
The official update is we have a new officer that you'll be seeing out in our field training program starting this week, Gregory O'Connell. We have the movie in the park, July 12th. Please come out for that. And National Night Out will be August 6th, Tuesday, August 6th.
Thanks, Chief. Awesome. That's all I have, Council President.
Thank you very much, Councilman DeRose. Councilman Marone for Public Works.
And next Public Works meeting is August 5th, 2024. We just met this past Monday. It was just myself, our engineer, and Councilman Clark this week. So it was pretty quick. The big ticket items, which I'm sure Ed's going to touch on his turn, is that our crosswalks. That we have some applications in to try and get some raised crosswalks around town to make it a little safer on the ways to school. Maybe try and slow some people down from speeding. The Crestview Avenue project is currently out to bid, and they're anticipating it being ready by the end of the month, to be able to approve a bid by the end of the month. And yeah, that's about it. And we discussed, and maybe Councilman Light can talk about it. It looks like they're starting to really get the wheels moving on the community garden as well. And that will do it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Councilman Marone. I'm really excited about the opportunity to possibly get the grant for the crosswalk. So Ed, thanks for working on that. Hopefully we can secure that. It would be a great addition. Councilman Clark, Finance and Budget.
Nothing to report from the last meeting, and I know Jessica's going to give some updates in her report, so I'll sustain her.
Thank you very much. Councilman Light for Parks and Recreations.
Thank you, Mr. President. We haven't met since our last meeting. We meet on the 16th of this month at 7 o'clock. A couple things I'd like to just touch base on is I met with the Eagle Scout and his family on Sunday. Even though it was raining, he was very passionate about getting started. He has a deadline, so we nailed down the spot. I kind of got a hold of our AD, Pete Higbee, reached out to Public Works, made sure that they were on board with our starting date. With the locations were already predetermined. Very exciting. Also, to follow up on the community garden is I believe they've already started setting a post for the fencing. So I'd let special thank you to the city, the administration, the mayor, everyone for help making that happen, as well as donors. So that's moving along. Concerts in the park, we were canceled because of the weather. Looked like it was a little bit of a early call to say no, but if everybody saw that storm come through, it was pretty horrendous. So that's special kudos to Councilwoman Parker and our AD, Pete Higbee. I was away, so something that I'd just like to touch base on also is, I didn't say it at the public forum, but I mean, I know, Jacob Hackett and his family and, and all the people that have surrounded him in his life. So he's raised up everyone, even if they don't have a handicap. So he's raised up this whole entire community, and they've put this community on the map. They've actually helped everybody in this community, surrounding communities, and this region. So, and it's pretty a cool thing. So I actually take pride into just going and sitting there and watching everyone have, a good time. Spectators, family. So it's pretty cool that we have that hidden gem in our community. So, kudos to Jacob and everyone that is in his, his family and all of his friends, because he's raised this whole community up, even if he didn't have a handicap. So, again, thank you. We meet on the 16th at 7 o'clock. And then one last thing is special thank you, as always, to Public Works for how all of our fields look, all of our parks look, and they do a great job. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Light. I would like to thank the Absecon Veterinary Hospital. The governing body, as well as the mayor, had the opportunity to take a tour of their facility last week. We got to see, some of the operating rooms and got to meet their staff, who are looking to do more with the community. And they're also looking to hopefully expand, which right here in Absecon, which is great news. So I'd like to thank them for the opportunity and all the things they do in the community, whether it be with compassion animals or donors regarding people who cannot afford to get veterinary bills paid for. So they do that as well. So I'd like to thank them for that, and for the members that came to the tour. I'd also like to mention that on our website now, you will see that we are no longer using the Zoom platform for our council meetings. It is now being recorded via a camera here at council chambers, and it is on YouTube. So now there will be archives of council meetings for transparency purposes. You no longer have to go on and type in a cryptic password. It's just a link that you can go on to make it more accessible. So that's a step in the right direction, and looking forward to seeing where it goes. So I appreciate the staff here working through the kinks to get it to this point. I know it took a while to get there, but we finally have a system in place, so I'm grateful for that. I'll turn it over to Jessica for our administrator and CFO report.
I'm moving just a little bit back to work, since I have some updates. The contractor for Calderon Avenue project plans to mobilize on July 15th, and they're going to be meeting with ShopRite to, work on facilitating deliveries while they have the road closed down. And so between Calderon and the streetscape, there's a lot going on in New Jersey Avenue, but our officers have been out doing details, and they would just, as with all projects, have to be a little bit patient, while we get through, and then hopefully the street will be beautiful as we get done with that. We've already talked about Crestview. I've completed quite a lengthy grant reporting process for the LEAP grant that we got several years ago, and hopefully we'll finally be getting those grant funds, which are over $200,000 in the next few weeks. There's a lot of, some of the segments of the project just were not completed, and not any due to us, that it was planned that it would take, a period of time to get some of the things completed, and some of the billing that we needed to get done, but, so that's on its way. I've also reached out to all the cannabis approved businesses to get an update. Red Oak Dispensary, that's the one at 401 White Horse Pike, so they are now focusing heavily on building renovations, and hope to open sometime this fall, probably October or November. Off the charts on New Jersey Avenue, shows me there, they sent me an email after I made the report. They have gotten so they got the drywall up, ready to go, they've got their finishings, should take 3 to 5 weeks to complete. South Jersey Gas had to move a meter, and things are looking good. They're hoping to actually be getting close to opening in August, so we might start seeing that pretty soon. I did not hear back from the other businesses, but, I'll follow up with them. And process will take place for the GWU that was just approved. That will be as long as the PBA, because there's only minor changes there, but you know, we do need to go through the same process every time we do a contract. So as soon as that's done, signed off on, it'll get posted. And then I'll just like to wish everyone a happy 4th of July.
And just to clarify on that, we did reach an agreement with the PBA. There's, we came to a consensus and there's an agreement that's been in place. It's just a formality to get the language and the rough draft into a final version. So we are in agreement, so. Ed, would you like to give us an engineer report?
I had 4 updates and they've all been touched on, so I will provide some color commentary.
Next.
Everyone always takes my report.
Next.
Streetscape is under construction, so that is good news. Obviously, that was a long time coming. Calderon Avenue, as Jessica mentioned, is scheduled to start sometime around July 15th. In addition to repaving that street, we're putting in some drainage that will catch some of the water on New Jersey Avenue before it gets down to Highland Boulevard. Sometimes that intersection is inundated if we get a real heavy downpour. So hopefully this will help with that issue on top of repaving the street. Crestview Avenue sidewalk is out to bid. That is phase 1. Following after that will be phase 2, which is the cut through that we got the second grant for. We didn't want to tie those together because we want to get this first 1 shovels in the ground. So we're opening bids July 16th. And then the raised crosswalk grant application is the same grant program that we are 2 for 2 over the last 2 years with the Crestview grant. So hopefully we can go 3 for 3 and implement some of those improvements around town. And that's all I have.
Fingers crossed. And just briefly, regarding the Crestview Avenue grant, or not the grant, the bid opening, we may call a special council meeting just to expedite it to get the process started sooner. Since we only have 1 meeting in July, we may add one on an emergency meeting just to get it expedited so we don't prolong it any further. So will be news to come on that.
And I have a question for you. Status of I believe we applied for a grant for the maybe handicap ramp or something in the rear of City Hall with some other improvements. Do we have a status on that?
Yes, so we originally applied through the CDBG program to utilize funds for an accessible ramp behind City Hall. We were essentially successful in that grant application. It was discussed during the budget time, but the way the timing worked out, I think Jessica was in communication with the ACIA. Their program changed a little bit this year where they're actually funding bigger projects. It's a little more competitive, but bigger projects. And their recommendation was that we update our application to not only include a new ramp, but to also include new steps in the back of City Hall. So we kind of beefed up the application and submitted it, and I don't think we've heard back yet. I think we do have some supplemental funds in the budget for that project, so we'll see once we hear back officially, we could have a bigger and better project behind City Hall.
Great.
And then one more thing is maybe you can help me get a little bit more traction. I know that the old hardware store, the cannabis is potentially coming online in the fall, and then we're actually going to try to improve that access road back there. I've actually spoke to the county executive and a couple other people about maybe giving us some help on trimming some of those trees back to help complement that paving as we're having a new business come through there. Maybe you could send a letter and follow up with our engineer from the city to help us get a little bit of traction on getting that done.
Sure, I'll follow up.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Councilman, Steve, is that transit property?
Yes.
It is, it's transit property, not county yet.
But we,
As
unfortunately, not our relationship, but they're just very tough to deal with and very lax on a lot of that stuff, which is unfortunate. And I've notified the senator that, I'm not too thrilled with their government relations regarding that, so.
We reached out to them a couple of years ago, and they said that, don't quote me, but they said that I don't know that they had any means to do it, and they said if you send some volunteers out there, go ahead and you can go ahead and snip away at it yourself, and you can go ahead and trim all that stuff back yourself.
I know a guy. We'll follow up.
So,
We'll follow up. This is the first I've heard of
but
it.
that'll help complement. I mean, it's all overgrown, but as a whole, it'll complement the new business. It'll complement the road that's being paved, and I mean, we have several businesses that access that, so it would be cool. It's just, thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Light. Ed, is that all?
That's it.
Madam Mayor, for the mayor report?
Sure. Today I attended the senior center where we welcomed Michelle Ritzel, the new director. Liz Sabbath, advisory board member, thanked Mary Polson for stepping up and keeping things going while the director was secured. Michelle is very excited about her new position and will be implementing a lot of new programs to enhance the center. Her primary goal is to increase membership. Today, they had chair yoga and the folks enjoyed an old-fashioned 4th of July barbecue. I assisted with food prep and cleanup. Donna Hill made a cake to honor the new director. A good time was had by all. I hope all of our residents have a very happy and safe 4th of July. And remember, I continue my Mayor's Walk on Saturday at 11 a.m. We meet at the back of City Hall. All are welcome. We walk about a mile. That is twice around Heritage Park. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
The weather cooperates for you.
Why, was it supposed to be rain?
No, I feel like you've had rough weather whenever you try and do it.
I have.
Do I hear a motion to open the meeting to the public?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
At this time, when anyone from the public wishes to speak.
Is it? Sorry.
You jinxed you. State your name and address, young man.
The microphone. Look up and talk loud.
My name is Christopher Remmel. I live on. I'm sorry, I'm not good at addresses.
Take your time, bud.
1104 Spring Lane. I'm going to introduce hydropower to Absecon. Hydropower creates clean energy from moving water. And I think it would be a good way for Absecon to save money. As, hold up. We can make our own energy to run, our own energy, and then sell the leftover energy. And this would also help with the future, too. As also, Absecon could save and make money and get more police officers. That is something that Absecon is struggling currently. So, I think Absecon should use its advantages of being near moving water as a way to create energy to help nearby cities and other towns.
Thank you,
Thank
Christopher.
you very much, Mr.
To
Remmel.
also help enforce the relationship with us and other nearby towns. So if we're ever in a time of need, they may also help us.
Absolutely.
Thank you, buddy.
Well, Christopher, if I was going to try to guess what you were about to say, this was not on my list. But I want you to know that I'm happy to connect you with some hydropower folks that I know. And if you give the same speech, I think we'll have a good chance of doing some research. So I think I know your parents, and I'll reach out to them. But I was not expecting hydropower. Great job. Not what I was expecting at all.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Good
you.
job,
Thank you,
Christopher.
Chris.
Christopher,
We will look into it.
Chris,
Councilman, let's speak to you, Christopher.
thank you. My wife and I went to Iceland about 3 years ago, and if you look it up on the computer and you look, and Iceland has all kinds of waterfalls and mountains and running water, and they have those. So it's pretty neat stuff. And it's not even, and you would think it'd be in the ocean, but it's actually where they're. Yeah, exactly. So kudos to you. Thank you. Thank you for looking out for our community.
Buddy.
An area where it floods.
Yeah.
That could also be a place where
Oh.
to put something.
Shore
Well,
road.
hopefully we're
Shore
fixing
road.
that. We have a grant going, so we're just we're patiently
I don't
waiting.
want Council President to bang the gavel on you like he did to me a couple weeks ago. Still haven't forgiven him.
Good job.
Mac, Maddie, you're cool, right?
Would anyone else from the public wish to speak?
One per family.
Seeing none, do I hear a motion to close the meeting to the public?
Motion.
I would just like to add, I wish everybody a happy 4th, and please remember your pets for July 4th. I know it's a dreaded holiday for my house, so give your pets some happy pills or play music for them or something, but it's really, really a hard day for animals, so. But everybody enjoy the 4th.
Thank you.
Happy
Thank you.
4th of July to
Happy 4th of
everybody.
July.
Be safe.
Thank you.
Need a second?
Oh, I apologize. Do I have a
Second.
second to close the meeting? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
At this time, may I hear a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you so much, everyone, for
Thank you.
coming. Appreciate it.